Yo, what's going on, everybody?
Yo.
Welcome to a live stream from Hotbox Social for the Meet.Connect.Puff event.
Yeah, we'll live. Hell yeah, we're talking to Josie off screen. There's stuff going on. If you can't see, here, let me show you now. Shout out Meet.Connect.Pro. Shout out Harry Barash. Got a little live feed. If you're not here, you should be.
Yeah, it's been a great event. We got Jamie sitting right to my left over here. Jamie Lowell. Thank you for joining us today, Jamie. We got a lot we're going to talk about.
Yeah, with the Harvest Rally coming up tomorrow.
Yep, that's tomorrow. We want to talk about a new bill that we went through but got promoted for ethogenetics.
Yep, and also shouting out Meet.Connect.Puff, all the brands that are here. It's a really cool event. Hotbox Social doing some cool things.
Yeah, I want to go through some of the.
And what's that joint you're smoking on? Is that the Moon Rocks?
This joint is ultimately from Josie's caregiver, and it is some really good cannabis, so I'm having a hard time putting it down. But I was gifted from Ryan Messerschmidt, who I know is one of the state's gifted cultivators, who's with Harbor Farms right now.
Okay.
He gave me a Moon Rock joint to kick the show off with, so I want to mention that and honor that as soon as we want to get this thing lit.
Let's light that up. I'm excited for this Moon Rock joint. Also, give a shout out to the premier partners for Meet.Connect.Puff.
Yep.
You got Choice, Glorious, Presidential, Amnesia, Interstate, Belushi's Farms, Seed Junky, Fruits, Gold Crown, and Pure Mars. Plus, there's tons of other brands out here. Shout out to Mirko and Jordan with Mirko with Legit Labs and Jordan with Hasha. It's always with some fire concentrates over there.
Awesome. Shout out Meet.Connect.Pros. We are going live there on the chat. If you have any comments, I'll bring them in. Not like normal, but we will check them out live. So if you got any comments, Facebook, YouTube, if you're on the Meet.Connect.Pros group, wherever, let us know. Let us know what you're smoking on, dabbing on. Anyways.
Yeah, this is our second time doing the live stream here at the Meet.Connect.Puff event. It's been pretty packed throughout the entire day. I mean, you have many brands like we were naming off. You got food. You got a bunch of different types of product over here. I mean, we got multiple different samples of some vape pens. We got a pre-roll over here, some Seed Junky Jello shots, looking at mint extracts.
Look how beautiful that rain looks.
There's a bunch of different products. Oh, yeah, it is down. It looks like it's downpouring.
It's raining, but we are still here. We are still alive. Yeah, so it's great. But, hey, let's talk about this a little bit while we have some time.
Yes.
The Harvest Rally going
tomorrow. Let's get
Yeah, man, Weedsters
Oh,
hosted event. Really great people at Weedsters. I would say Latricia and Amy have really provided a lot of the ongoing energy of the activism and the advocacy needed for
absolutely.
A wide range of issues, so I support that 100%. There's other people, of course, offering their help. Ryan Bringold, Rick Anstis,
shout out.
Laura Wainwright from Big Cloud, offering up some
great people
help
at Big Cloud.
obviously have some kind of a successful formula going on with their events and everything, and I've been really cool about this concept of protecting rights that have been achieved and trying to support, creating better conditions.
Absolutely. There's a lot to be fought for. I mean, even though we have great events like this, and I love events like this, like these are amazing. But without those fights, we wouldn't have things like this. How it's just so open, and look at everyone just enjoying cannabis like it's no big deal, But those fights are what get us there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
man.
We mentioned this last year too. This is the second one. That it's not based around a sense of urgency. There's not like this emergency of rights being taken away or something like that at stake, and everybody then comes together, and we've done that many times in Michigan.
Yes.
And so it's a little bit different in that the crowd probably won't be as big as if that were
it's hard,
the case.
especially middle day too. It's hard to get.
But it's cool to get those people together who are into it right now. They get the word out to the others, and we still have some things to support, and we have some things to be careful. And in addition to that, there's a lot of other just good practical information being discussed at the rally tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's great for brands to get their product out here and to showcase it to a lot of these retailers. Like, you don't see many of these types of events. There's a lot of other
to me,
cannabis events that are sweet and more for the consumers. This seems like it's more like for... You're looking like your retail shopper.
Just the industry in general. But, I mean, you see people here like Ice Cream Hash Co., like they were in the Big Cloud events, Organic Cup. So it's like the community's here. It's not just like one side.
Well, this event tomorrow, too, is about kind of combining the people involved in the commercial system who are philosophically sound with those in the caregiver system, or just those interested in protecting, all the individual rights and the achievements that have been gained so far.
That's good. That's good. I mean, there's so much stuff still to fight for. Like, I think probable smell, or not probable smell, but smell can still be probable cause. That eventually that should go away, right? Like, wouldn't you think that like probable smell or certain things like that eventually in time would go away? So, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of stuff still to fight for. So it's good that
there's
the
still
harvest.
Raids.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And there shouldn't be. And you still have people in jail, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
But conditions are better. We should acknowledge that. That's fine. We get recognized as having one of the best systems in the world.
And that's why I was saying, like, that's why I like events like this. Because, like, we do have a great system. Like, not many events you can just smoke and open consumption and have consumption lounges. Do it. You said this was...
That's Harbor Farms.
Harbor Farms?
Specifically, Ryan Messerschmidt, who's representing them, who I know of as being a great grower.
Yep, absolutely. And there's some great teams here, like Redemption.
I'm very partial to Redemption. Ryan
maybe
Basor is a very dear friend of mine, and the organization, the foundation that is fed by the product sales, does a lot of great work, and some of that was mentioned tonight, obviously.
And that's the thing. We did a moment of silence for Rick. Rick has done a lot. If you're not familiar with Rick,
that was cool, man.
That was beautiful, man. Like, and
then
because it's just he's touched so many lives and done so much for this community that you saw how he was, and even in the young cats, they've heard his name, even if they've never met him,
And if you don't know his name,
if you don't know Redemption, check out Redemption.
They
are doing a fund for Rick Thompson right now. Go check it out.
They created a new grant. It's called the Rick Thompson Memorial Grant. You can read about it on the site, but it's first recipients will be Rick's kids. They're productive, bright, great human beings, one with a child. So Rick was a grandfather as well. And they all, as you might expect, took time to hang out with their dad, knowing, that he was stage 4 advanced cancer. And they're starting out in their lives, and first use of the money is going to be just to help them out. And awesome. Really looking forward to that moment when some money can be handed over to them for that purpose.
That's awesome. I mean, even tonight, just to shout out the companies, Harry Barash of Meet.Connect.Puff gave $1,500. Amnesia, I'm not familiar with, Presidential gave $1,500. Michigan Extracts gave $1,500, and we threw a little bit ourselves, not quite as much.
You guys
not so fancy.
$500.
And we threw $500.
And it was very much appreciated. That's $5,000 on top of probably, I haven't looked at it recently, but probably $8,500, $9,000 there already. Other pledges. Goal's $30,000. About $5,000 would stay in the fund to keep it seated.
Oh, okay.
And then
keep it running.
Then the rest, exactly. I don't really know. Probably some decisions that have to be made. I mean, I'm talking about in loose conversations. Point being that they always figure out ways to not have overhead get in the way of like the money going to its intended purpose.
That matters, yeah.
In fact, I just want to point out Redemption Foundation takes care of all the administrative costs of Glenn, Great Lakes Expungement Network. So when people do donate to Glenn specifically, that money does, all of it, goes directly to help out with the expungements of people.
That's awesome, man.
I love Redemption, man. I'm actually I'm on the advisory board.
Impartial a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm on the, I don't ever get asked to do anything, but I am on the advisory board of the foundation, you know. So and Ryan is a good friend of mine, and of course, Rick was a great friend of his too, and this is tough for him. And Ryan, he was working with Rick was working with Ryan with Redemption toward the end, and he had his insurance because of it.
Yeah, we actually ran into him at events like Rick, at Rep and Redemption. So.
Yeah, man.
You gotta have good morals if you and Rick are sport. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, great job, great stuff. Some brand, what's neat about this event too? I feel like I always see brands here that I've never heard of. Like I've never heard of like many of these brands yet.
Amnesia, never heard of. I'll be honest, I haven't been familiar with them.
It's really competitive right now, so people have some balls, to like come into the arena. And if they're here, they're either works already or they're like, hey, check out my product.
Right, and it's great to get your product there. Here you go, Groovy. Hit this. This is pretty good because you can taste the hash or the moon rock right away in that. Like, I feel like it. Maybe I'm just high already, but
yeah, I like it. I got a little punch in the head already.
Yeah.
But
the palms,
I just wanted to mention while we're talking about it, I believe it's like redemptionfoundation.org. You can certainly look it up or hit social media no matter what.
We'll share the link on our social pages on our Facebook, and then we'll throw it in our IG.
And you can
story
donate or at least see what it's about if you're up for it. Know a little bit more about Rick. It's a nice little encapsulation on there.
It's the reason why we have Legal Bud here in the state. He was one of the main huge advocates. So.
It's taken tens of thousands of us over decades to push the needle. There's no question about it. But there's always a few that help out with organization, that help to kind of direct content, right place, right time with the message, that type of thing. And Rick obviously was one of those forces, and he was uniquely capable, and he was important. It's a loss.